All right, so look, you ever heard about the Stanford Prison Experiment? If you don't know, let me break it down for you. It's one of the most infamous psychological studies ever done. Back in the 70s, this dude named Philip Zimbardo, he crafted an experiment. He wanted to see what happens when you give everyday people power over other everyday people. So he brought in a group of men and he split them into two teams. Half would play the guards and then the other half would play the prisoners. It was supposed to last a few weeks, but it ended up only lasting a few days. Shit got too real, too quick. It started getting ugly in there. The guards, who just days before were just regular average citizens, they started turning into abusers. They humiliated the prisoners. They stripped them of their dignity. They barked orders, used intimidation, and even created their own punishments. And then some of them people who were playing the roles of the prisoners, some of them were crying. Some of them were having full-blown mental health breakdowns. Some of them started breaking down emotionally. And this wasn't even a real prison. This was just an experiment. They could have just said, this is an experiment. This ain't real. But the truth is, the roles took over, especially for the guards. And that's the lesson right there. Power without accountability doesn't just corrupt. It transforms people. It makes them hungry for more control. And it teaches them that their power is real as long as someone else is beneath them. So now you might hear this and think, well, that was just a control study done in the 70s. But nah. That study never ended. They just changed the set design. They just traded in the khakis and mirrored sunglasses for button-ups, company lanyards, and fake, we're all a family here, smiles. Today, the prison is a workplace. And in that prison, the guards are your managers, your supervisors, your bosses. And let's be real, in America, most of those managers are white. That's not coincidence. That's not random chance. That's design. This system was built that way. You see, in a white supremacist society, white people, consciously or unconsciously, are already conditioned to feel entitled to authority. They've been told since birth that they are the natural decision makers, the default leaders, the one whose judgment is sound, the one whose vision is right. They're given the benefit of the doubt before they even prove themselves. Now take that conditioning and hand them an actual title. Give them a little office and the power to hire and fire. Let them control someone's paycheck, someone's schedule, someone's ability to feed their family. What do you think's gonna happen? It's the Stanford Prison Experiment all over again. The only difference is, this one doesn't have an end date. There's no professor coming to shut this down because it's getting out of hand. No one's going to stop this thing as it becomes too extreme. And here's what makes it even more twisted. They don't have to lay a hand on you. They can break you down without ever touching you. They've got other weapons. The write-ups, the coaching sessions, the petty schedule changes that messes with your child care, the public embarrassment in meetings, the gaslighting where they convince you that you're the problem, even when you know damn well that you are not. They'll give you impossible deadlines just to watch you fail, and then act like your failure is proof that you aren't good enough. That's psychological warfare. But in corporate America, it's called managing performance. Now, some people might be thinking, not all managers are bad. Sure, not all. But when you're talking about systems, it's not about the individual good apples. It's about the fact that the tree itself was planted in poisoned soil. The structure rewards the abuse. And when a structure rewards a behavior, it's going to get more of it. And the addiction part, this is where it gets even darker. Power is intoxicating. Once someone gets used to people obeying them, they start craving that rush. For a lot of white managers, that rush is not about the job. It's affirmation about everything that this system already taught them about their place in the hierarchy. It feels natural to them to be in control, to be the one calling the shots, to be the one evaluating whether you are meeting expectations. They'll talk about company culture like it's this inclusive, positive thing. But when you peel back the layers, it really just means obedience to their comfort zone. And if you don't fit into that, if you question it, challenge it, or even exist too loudly in your own identity, then you become the problem. That's why so many of us walk into work with our shoulders tight, our voices lowered, our real personalities tucked away, because we know, even without anyone saying it out loud, that the wrong word, the wrong facial expression, the wrong moment of self-respect could be the very thing that pushes you out the door. And here's what's wild. The guards weren't trained to be abusive. And still, Within days, they were inventing cruel punishments. They didn't need a handbook for oppression. They improvised. White supremacy works the same way. It doesn't require every white manager to read a book on how to dominate black and brown employees. The manual is built into the culture. It's in the air. It's in who gets promoted and who doesn't. It's in who gets called assertive and who gets called aggressive for doing the same thing. So here we are, working in a nationwide social experiment where white supremacy is the control variable. And our survival is the thing that is being tested. Except there's no clipboard, no debrief, no paycheck for participation, just your rent due, just the bills stacking up, and this silent knowledge that you can't ever relax in the presence of power. Because that power wasn't built to protect you. It was built to control you. And just like how Zimbardo had to eventually shut down the experiment because it went too far, this system should have been shut down a long time ago. But it wasn't. Why? Because for the people at the top, this isn't too far. This is exactly the level of control they want.